Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Dancing with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary catechism, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramania Swami, a richly illustrated sourcebook of Indian spirituality in question and answer form, exploring how to know the divine, honor all creation, and see God everywhere, in everyone. Today's lesson is lesson 22, and we'll begin by reading the caption to the facing image. Lord of Karma, Ganesha, removes obstacles with the goad. He also places obstacles in our path using the noose. The broken tusk is sacrifice, and the ripe mango is spiritual attainment. This red form is Vijaya Ganapati, victorious bestower of success. Lesson 22. What is the nature of Lord Ganesha? Shloka 22. Lord Ganesha is the elephant-faced patron of art and science, the lord of obstacles and guardian of Dharma. His will prevails as the force of righteousness, the embodiment of Shiva's karmic law in all three worlds. Om. Bhashya. Lord Shiva, the almighty power, created heaven and earth, and the god Lord Ganesha to oversee the intricate karmas and dharmas within the heavens and all the earth. Lord Ganesha was created as a governor and interplanetary intergalactic lord. His knowledge is infinite. His judgment is just. It is none other than Lord Ganesha and his mighty band of Ganas who gently help souls out of the Naraka abyss and adjust them into higher consciousness after due penance has been paid, guiding them on the right path toward dharmic destiny. He is intricate of mind, loving pomp, delighting in all things sweet and enjoying adulation. Lord Shiva proclaimed that this son be worshipped first, even before himself. Verily, he is the Lord of Karma. All Mahadevas, minor gods, devas, and sentient beings must worship Ganesha before any responsible act could hope to be successful. Those who do not are subject to their own barriers. Yea, worship of him sets the pattern of one's destiny. The Tirumandaram says, five-armed is he, elephant-faced with tusks protruding, crescent-shaped son of Shiva, wisdom's flower, in heart enshrined, his feet I praise. Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Living with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary culture, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramania Swami. 365 daily lessons based on ancient Vedic laws, disclosing how to approach family, money, relationships, technology, food, worship, yoga, and karma to live a truly spiritual life. Today's lesson is lesson 177, and the topic is training in energy use. Another way to communicate is when mom serves her children meals. While they are eating their favorite food served by their favorite person, she gently speaks some loving advice for their deportment or a gentle correction in the right ear, not the left. These timely suggestions, well implanted at that very human psychological moment, are absorbed in the subconscious as the meal digests. 5 decades ago in Sri Lanka, I learned of the shrewd Hindu ingenuity by which women have been known to turn an election by whispering in their husband's ear whom he should vote for, just as he is putting into his mouth his favorite morsels of food. This wisdom is one of the positive laws behind Nandinatha Sutra 99, which requires the wife to serve her husband food, enjoying her own meal only after he and the children have been well satisfied. Politicking? Well, yes, of the highest womanly order. She has her ways. Yes, the clever wife is indeed the queen of her castle. The rishis tell us there are 84 ways a woman can influence her man and keep him on or lead him off the path of Dharma. Some call these wiles. Others know them as the feminine siddhis. It is the parents' duty to provide a sound education in the use and misuse of the life forces, the sexual energies, and teach their children how to control them as they grow into adulthood. Only in this way will they have the knowledge required to face the challenges of their own instinctive intellectual nature. There are 2 main areas that parents can feel free to speak about with their boys and girls as they are growing up from a very young age. These are prana and the chakras. Once your children have a clear idea of what prana actually is and what the chakras actually are, they will be confident in lifting up the sexual pranas into the higher chakras when puberty is upon them. You who are parents know that this prana will increase within your physical body until you are about 40 years of age. After that, the prana increases in power within the mental body until you are about the age of 70. Then the prana continues to increase within the spiritual body of the soul. Carefully explain time and time again to your children that it is up to them to control their prana, their life force, which is the total energy of their body. Until 40 years of age, this is done through education, exercise, and hard work. After 40 until 70, this is done through study, caring for those younger than themselves, community service, and additional education. After 70, this is done through worship, sadhana, tapas, and deep meditation. When explaining the chakras to your children, refer to these 4 centers as lovely flowers within them that need to be fed by their vital energies. Teach them to breathe deeply and lift the sexual energy from the lower chakras to the higher ones and hold it there, as if to feed and water these flowers. Teach them that chakras are also rooms of consciousness, and the energy we put into the chakras awakens this consciousness and makes us very alert and intelligent. In other words, as soon as your children can understand, you can begin teaching them about their energies. In this way, you give them the tools to handle their sexual nature so that their forces do not run away with their mind during puberty. In this way, you will open channels to talk freely with them about sex when the time comes. Many parents give absolutely no guidance in this area to their children, who then have to learn from other children or from the internet, alone in a room, about this natural function of their life. So, be a wise parent and begin early. Remember, there are only two basic areas to cover, prana and chakras. Your own intuition will guide you as to how to proceed. Sutra 177 of the Nandinatha Sutras, promoting spiritual values. Shiva's devotees, who are parliamentarians, take pains to spread lofty religious tenets and tolerant human values among their constituents. They commission competent people who will enhance all the great world faiths. Om. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we'll be reading from Merging with Shiva, Hinduism's Contemporary Metaphysics, written by Sadhguru Siva Subramania Swami. 365 enlightenment lessons from a mystical master, revealing the depths of Raja Yoga, the clear white light, the states of mind, and the ultimate spiritual destiny of every seeker. Today's lesson is lesson 177, and the topic is resolving past experiences. Suppose when you were young, you stole some money from your mother's purse. You promised me this once and broke her promise, you rationalize. Besides, I really need it, you add. Then, because you're not particularly pleased with yourself, you pack this experience away in a corner of the subconscious where you will not need to think about it. You suppress it, but the next day your mother casually mentions the subject of money to you, and you react or emotionally reenact the experience. You feel guilty, not wanting to think about it. You suppress it again, deeper in the subconscious. Suppose then, later in life, your mother has become seriously ill, and in a reflective mood you realize that you have not been close to her for many years. Mixed in with the rush of buried memories, you come across the incident of the stolen money. For the first time, you appreciate and realize the sense of guilt that had lingered, influencing your life since that time in 100 subtle ways. In the light of understanding, the experience suddenly becomes clear to you, and you objectively and unemotionally see yourself as you were at that time. You feel relieved and strangely lifted. Not because you were able to analyze why you stole the money, but because in totally facing and accepting yourself in that circumstance, you realize that you have expanded beyond it into a new realm. Intuition travels through a purified subconscious. Before we can utilize the superconscious or intuitive realms of the mind, we must be able to resolve those past experiences which may still vibrate in our subconscious. Realize, however, that you need not seek out mental repressions. Simply face each one honestly as it naturally arises in life. Imagine that you are trying to arrive at an important business or family decision. All the facts you need to know have already been outlined, yet you find yourself frustrated in not being able to arrive at a clear decision. The more you concentrate upon the problem, the more obscure does the answer seem. What your conscious mind isn't aware of is that the personality problems you are having with your superior at the office or with your spouse at home are clouding the issue. Soon after, while relaxing on a family outing, thinking about nothing in particular, a great feeling of compassion, forgiveness, and understanding wells up within you, and all at once, that bright idea needed to solve the problem comes to you unbidden. And that's it for today's lesson. Take care of yourselves, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.